Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. Some very mystified people over the New York and New Jersey area recently where this footage was captured. And I have received multiple emails about this sighting. And the information that I received from the sources, and there were multiple sources of this thing, all alluding to the fact that there was this large, and I mean large, black, strange-looking object sitting in the sky that would, at times, sit completely stationary near the Outer Bridge crossing in New York, which is the bridge that connects New York to New Jersey. And as you're seeing in the video, multiple reports came into me of this strange, large, black object, as well as strange sounds in the area. Sounds that are not natural, or at least didn't sound natural. One of the emails I received from a source who lives in Staten Island shortly before this object appeared said that he began hearing a faint, sort of vibrational, staticky sound that seemed to grow in loudness to the point where the source said he could actually faintly feel vibrations from whatever this sound was that appeared to emanate from the sky. It wasn't as if it was coming from left or right or from a factory or anything like that nearby. He said this sound was very strange and that it emanated from above and he couldn't wrap his head around it. And that his children were there too and they also heard it and they couldn't figure out what it was. So then I received these videos of virtually the exact area where these sounds were heard, and we see this massive black object sitting in the sky. It almost looks to be following, or at least moving at the same speed as the drivers who are crossing this bridge, the Outer Bridge. I don't know if it was following or if it was simply so large you kind of get that effect when you're driving past something that is extremely large but is very far away. Even though it's sitting stationary, it gives the effect that it is moving with you. Now, the source of this video made it very clear in his email, and this comes from Lou, who is a resident of Staten Island, New York, who says that he captured this thing as he was crossing into New Jersey over the Outer Bridge crossing. He said that at first he thought that it may have been one of those banners that are towed behind these planes that are advertising for people. But he said he soon realized that this object was far too large to have been a banner of any kind. And he also said that there was, quote, no plane in sight. And he said that this object seemed to just be hanging out in the sky, just sitting there. And then we have another video capturing the same exact object, which again looks very far away, but also massive, which you can see from the distance that these drivers were capturing these images. And it would appear that there are a lot of people in New Jersey as well as New York who witnessed this thing appearing in the skies, and it really makes you wonder. I know we've all been talking about things that are coming, UFO sightings that seem to be ramping up. There's been more activity than ever. Some have even alluded and gone as far as saying that we are on the precipice of a visitation, a disclosure, if you will, who are out there among the stars, but also among us and our planet, watching us, potentially interacting with us, protecting us, warning us. But again, I'll leave it up to you guys. Very compelling footage, and I want to thank the sources. And did this strange sound come from this object? And I don't think it's a coincidence, because this isn't the first time that we've heard these very strange sounds, almost machine-like sounds coming from above, and there will be nothing there. Almost as if there is a cloaked object creating these sounds. And we've done videos on this in the past where some of these large cloaked machines have been seen in the clouds, in the sky, moving overhead, and usually only visible when moving through clouds, where you sort of get this outline shape, and it causes these craft to be indirectly revealed. So it's very strange. Now, another very interesting sighting this time captured in Oxford, England, where passersby snapped images that you're seeing here of a convoy. It almost looked like a military convoy. Whatever it was extremely protected, of a saucer-shaped object on a flatbed truck captured by commuters on the A34 driving past Oxford. And the object was covered with some sort of tarp that had what looks like Chinese writing on it. And one of our viewers who actually witnessed this truck passing by, he said that, in his opinion, these were definitely military escorting whatever this thing was, and that there was a lot of security, and that in his opinion there was something much more to this than just some machine parts. Now, after this story broke, there was an article posted where apparently someone who was a part of this convoy had given information and stated that it was nothing, and these were simply parts of a wind turbine being transported. However, they gave no proof of that, and it was just very strange how quickly this little image caused a ruckus, and now there are people coming out who were a part of this convoy, making it a special point. And it's one of those situations where it's almost like they're pressing too hard, almost like when you are trying to oversell something, if you know what I mean, and make sure that there is an official, quote, official story out there as to what this thing was. And this is not the first time that we've captured these saucer-shaped objects in these military or protected convoys. You're seeing some other images of those here from Maryland, Pennsylvania, Arizona, showing some of these saucer. And I mean, these things look like the saucers we have talked about, the craft that we have spoken about, the back-engineered craft that we know were back-engineered, coming from people like Bob Lazar, Phil Schneider, people who are no longer with us because they were murdered and or committed very mysterious suicides that, in my opinion, were only covered up to look like suicides, as in the case of Phil Schneider. And we know that the government has these craft, these anti-gravity craft, using technology that sure as hell didn't come from us. And again, the security around these things are always extremely tight. And you gotta remember, supposed machinery parts or construction materials being transported by military and police convoys. And why are cover stories being posted almost immediately the moment someone takes a picture of one of these convoys and posts it online? So again, I'll leave it up to you guys. A lot of strange things happening. Are we gearing up for something? I don't know. But I do know that we're getting in more sightings, more people are watching the skies, having their cameras ready, and we're going to keep on doing this research, and I firmly believe one day we'll get to the bottom of it. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe on your way out. I really appreciate it. And yeah, stick around, and I'll see you back soon with much, much more. Stay safe, guys.